earlier this year, my mom was telling me this story about when she was in 8th grade. She remembers the girls in her 8th grade class and how they made fun of her when she was running around a gym floor in a hot pink jumpsuit. This jumpsuit was important to her because her mom had bought it for her, and she was so excited to wear it. It was matching set and it was brand name. As she was running around the gym floors, she remembers seeing kids pointing and laughing. This story spoke to me so much, and I wanted to share what I had learned. First, the similarities between my own experiences that I see every single day, my mother's experience, and the movies was incredible. I lived through it every day, and so did my own mother. It's been going on for generations. Finally, my mom, to this day, still remembers the first and last names of the girls who had made fun of her over 30 years ago. Regardless of her figure now, she started and ended that story with, "I'll never forget." And no one deserves to remember something like that for the rest of their lives. The thing is, I have witnessed and experienced things as well. My mom and I have a very close relationship. I tell her everything. I tell her friends, crushes, drama, grades, everything in between. When she realized that my grades were dropping, she asked me, "Catherine, what's wrong? What's up?" And I said, "Nothing, Mom. Go away, Mom. I'm fine," which wasn't entirely out of character for me, I'll admit, but she had that mom instinct where she knew something was up. I'll tell you what was wrong, though. My friend group was always shunning one another. And they were the popular crowd, so when I was what I like to call on the out, they had the power of the press of what spread around in our grade. They hacked into my Snapchat once and took screenshots of my private conversations and sent them to kids. They posted on me on Instagram and tagged me and wrote captions along the same lines of, "No one likes you." They excluded me. They paid some of my buddies $10 each to not talk to me until the end of that month. They told guys that I sent naked pictures. And when the guys asked me for naked pictures and I abruptly refused, they would call me names even more. And being a 14-year-old girl with what they say is raging hormones, I pass it off as those and blamed it on my changing body. But eventually we all resolved and we were happy and we had parties and sleepovers, and then it happened all over again. Crying again, failing classes again. My mom finally said in a nutshell, "Why are you so fickle with them? Why are you hanging out with them?" And I didn't have an answer for her. I told my cousins and I told my teammates the same, and they responded, "Why do you put up with it?" So now I'm realizing basically how awful my friends are to me, and that there's no real reason why I'm hanging out with them, because it always felt like I was happy not to be put on the out. But while I was not being put on the out, it was someone else getting the same treatment from them. I was picking up on it now. I saw the day-to-day pattern. I, in conversation with these girls, were laughing about other people. This is not what I want. I had a flashback to my mom sitting on the edge of the bed, begging me not to become caught in the slippery slope of middle school drama. But I couldn't confidently, in that moment, assure her that I wasn't partaking in the gossip and the secrets. But the last thing I wanted to do was be the friends with the types of girls who would point at kids running around gym floors, laughing loud enough for them to hear. I didn't see myself as an individual who would surround herself with the memorable catty clique. First and last names regardless, I'm not going to be put up with the same group who made other girls consider committing suicide. For the first time ever, I was starting to realize that it wasn't just me. So I created a plan, a method. This would help me more easily get the best out of my life because I was unhappy with the people I was surrounding myself with, and I wanted to become a happier person. I was scared at first to leave my comfort zone, and I started little by little, thinking that if I just eliminated the abundance of laughter coming from my peers, then the gossip would soon die out, and then everything will be okay and I can stay with my friends. So I stopped laughing. I stopped talking with them sometimes. And I would try and defend the person they were giggling about, but they passed it off and they ignored me. It didn't seem to do much. Eventually, I had to face it. I had to evaluate what I thought was truly important out of my life. and I realized that I wasn't following through with those things. I removed myself from my friend group. I threw my hands in the air and said, I'm out. I stopped hanging out with people who were, in any way, related to the social stress that had affected me and affected others. It was hard at first, but I saw changes in my overall mood, grades, mental health, and outlook and attitude. I was now surrounding myself with positively influencing friends. I had known in my gut all along that I was hanging out with the wrong people. And with the end of middle school fast approaching, I analyzed how I was being portrayed every day versus what I wanted to be portrayed as. So, my idea was spreading. To all the girls who feel like they're stuck trying to be someone they're not, or hanging out with the people their gut says they shouldn't be. To all the girls who feel caught, to the girls who are scared to change the flow of things or be alone, I was there. To all the girls who have felt this same way, who have been in my position, I took action. I took a hold of what I wanted in my life. I knew in my past that I had surrounded myself with the wrong people. But I'm leaving middle school without them, so I can remember my 8th grade year as the year I found myself, found my identity, and changed for the better. I have come a long way. So ask yourself, whether you are 15 or 50, are you proud of the person you are? Are you proud of the morals you carry? Are you interacting with people in a meaningful way? Because by the end of the day, how are you being remembered? I wasn't proud of the people I was hanging out with. I knew my character was being based off of my friend group's reputation for tearing others down. And I recognized how poorly I had chosen my path. My idea of making motions to better yourself and the reputation that follows you after every interaction you have with others should not only be spread to the peers in my grade right now, or the incoming middle schoolers, but I believe this should be carried through as a constant reminder to be the best version of yourself in order for your children to reflect the same. And if this idea spreads far enough, the cliches will be left in the dust. Thank you.